Okay, today we're going to be creating a suspense tutorial, and so what we're going to do is open up our deserted city. This is going to be the backdrop for our poster. So I'm going to make a copy of this layer, and I'm going to be modifying this slightly. I'm going to come up here to Image, Adjustments, Color Balance, and I'm going to bring in more cyan, more green, and a lot more blue to this image. Actually, a little less green. We want this thing to look pretty blue. It's pretty good settings right there. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to copy just the buildings in the background area and leave the road alone. And we're going to actually use the pen tool for that. So get your pen tool and make sure that paths is selected, not shapes, but paths is selected. And what I'm going to do is just click here, and I'm just going to get the buildings in the background and leave the road alone. So I just connected all these dots, and I got the city all selected here. Now once you have closed out the box here, just right click and say make selection, and these settings are fine. Click OK, and we just have that part selected. I'm going to go up to Edit and Copy, Edit, Paste. Now we've got the buildings on this layer, layer 1. And I'm actually going to name this buildings, just so that I know that it's what I'm working with here. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is with the buildings layer, I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, Warp, and with Warp I can actually take and bend this image. So I'm going to bend this image, and I'm just going to grab these little handle lines and make it so that this image looks distorted. Looks like it's been twisted and unnatural looking, basically. But I don't want to grab anything from the side. I want these to remain the same. I just want this to have kind of a twisted feel to it. Just like that. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to hit enter, and that's our new image now. The next thing I'm going to do is use the pen tool again, and I'm going to click here and try and select just this background area of where it's white, and I'm just going to go until where it bows and bows down again. Once you've closed out the box, come over here to your pen tool and hold down the button and get add anchor point. Click once and then grab this little area that we just clicked, and you're going to bend this up so that it's going right along the line here. I'm going to click another one here, and I'm going to bend this up, and I'm just going to grab these and pull them up into the areas where the buildings are, so that I'm just selecting this whitish area. Okay. Oh, one more right here. There we go. Alright. Once again, right click, make selection. These settings are fine. And now I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to name this layer light. And I'm going to take my paint bucket tool with a white, and I'm going to paint this white, and I'm going to come up to select, deselect. Now I've got this white image here. I'm going to come up to filter, and I'm going to blur this with a Gaussian blur, and I'm going to turn the blur up a lot so that this thing looks like it is a bright light glowing out from the background. I've got mine about 56 radius. Click OK. And then I'm going to take this duplicate light so that it's even more bright. And let's just do it one more time. There we go. Now we've got that bright light coming out. The next thing I'm going to do is go File, Open, and I'm going to get this scared guy right here. And with the scared guy, I'm going to use my magic wand tool because he's on a white background and I just want to get him. So I'm going to click in the white area and I'm going to go to Select, Inverse. That's just going to select him now. Grab my Move tool and I'm going to move him inside this picture. And he's quite large, so let's go up to Edit, Free Transform. Hold Shift on your keyboard and pull this guy down so he's a little bit smaller. Maybe there. Situate him in the middle of the road here. There we go. Now if you notice this guy, he's got a little bit of white glow around him because we didn't actually cut him out great. If I zoom in on here, you can see that he's got this kind of little white outline. So we're going to eliminate that. What we're going to do is use our magic wand tool again, and we're going to click on the outside of the guy, and now we've got everything on the outside of the guy selected. I'm going to go to Select, Modify, Expand, and I'm going to expand it by 1 pixel. Click OK. Now I've gone into the guy a little bit. I'm going to hit Delete on my keyboard, and I'm going to go to Select, Deselect, and you'll see that that white glow is gone because we've actually cut off part of this guy. Okay, now this guy is fine. I mean, he looks pretty good, but he doesn't really look like he belongs to the picture yet. So we're going to go up and edit, or go to Image and Adjustments, and we're going to do some color balance on him too. We're going to turn up the cyan, the green, and the blue on him as well, and he'll look like he belongs in this picture. So we've got him with the tones of the background, so he doesn't look like he shouldn't be there. That's pretty good. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is grab our text tool, and I'm going to use a color. I'm going to use this road color actually. So what I did is went into my color selector, and if I come into the picture here, you'll see a little eyedropper kind of tool, and if I click, notice that my new color up here, it changes to whatever the eyedropper is on. So the skin tones here, the road color. So I'm going to grab the road color here, just some blue. Click OK, and I've got Bank Gothic MDBT, but you can use any kind of classic looking font. I think that you should have Bank Gothic, but this is the one I'm going to use. And I'm going to make this, let's say 100 points font. And let's see how this looks. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to, with caps lock on, type Suspense. And move that into the center of the page. Alright. And I'm going to go to Layer, Layer Style, Outer Glow. I'm going to make the glow white. I'm going to turn the spread up, and I'm going to turn the size up to kind of mimic the glow from the white here. And click OK. And I'm also going to add 2 stars. So I'm going to click here. And I'm actually going to add my own name, and I'd like you to do the same. Put your name. And this time no caps lock, I'm just going to capital T REVOR CURTAS and move that right under Suspense like that. And actually let's make this font size smaller. Let's make this 60 point. There we go. I'm going to put that on the side here. There we go. Click over there to make it. And then another name of a celebrity or someone else. I'm going to put Anthony Hopkins. Move him over here. There we go. Now on the suspense layer, I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to go to copy layer style. I'm going to right click on my name and paste layer style, and right click on Anthony Hopkins and paste the layer style, and that way we're going to get the layer style of both Anthony Hopkins and me. And I'm going to use my move tool, put these on the very edge. I'm going to put, there we go, and mine as well. And I'm going to make suspense more in the center. There we go. And there we go. There's our suspense movie poster, all ready to add detail to.